First little video in a long time, and I went out today. It's December 26th, and bought the new EOS R, and so I'm going to do an unboxing. I also got the mount adapter so I can put EF lenses on the R. So here we go. I'm filming all of this on my 5D Mark IV, and so before buying the EOS R, I watched hundreds of hours of videos on YouTube, and so I know all of the supposed flaws with the EOS R, but I'm kind of looking at it as a smaller 5D Mark IV for $1,000 less. It's got most of the features that the 5D IV has. It doesn't have the dual card slot, but it also has some things my 5D Mark IV doesn't have, like it has C-Log built in. So anyway, I'm shooting this in 4K on my 5D Mark IV, so it does have a crop. I just use lenses that account for the field of view that I want to use. So inside the box, first thing is registration, the manual, and I'll eventually read that manual probably cover to cover. Another battery charger. LP-E6N battery. I know from some of the other videos that I've watched, a lot of times these don't have much of a charge on them when people first buy them. So I brought out a bunch of LP-E6N batteries that I have for my other cameras. So I'll be able to check out the camera right away. This is the port adapter. It basically saves the ports on the camera from being damaged by people tugging on wires and stuff. So it actually screws into the body of the camera. A lot of people said they didn't like this plastic packaging. It felt kind of flimsy, but as long as it protects the body, that's the main thing. So it's got a camera strap. I never use those. I use either dual strap for when I'm shooting weddings, or most of the time I just put a wrist strap on it, so keeps me from dropping it. So here we go. Very nice. I've played around with these a little bit in the store. I don't know if my 5D will focus on this or not, if it'll try to focus on the body, or if it'll continue to focus on me. Anyway, by the way, I'm using the Canon Connect app so that I can change all my settings, adjust settings, make sure everything's recording properly on my iPad. And I'm actually recording sound into the 5D Mark IV and also into my Zoom H6 so I can sync up the sound later. I checked the sound to make sure that it was at the right levels. So this comes with the eyepiece and everything already attached. Should be pretty comfortable. So I'm going to start with a battery. I'll start with one of my old batteries. Should be charged up pretty well. And I also brought out a memory card. I have a 64 gigabyte, it's a UHS 1 card, but it's the SanDisk Extreme Pro, and those cards just have always worked terrific for me. I'm actually hoping that the UHS 1 SanDisk cards will let me record 4K video on this. It's a UHS 2 slot, but those SanDisk cards are really fast, so I'm hoping that'll still work. And let's see. And we have power. It looks fine, but I'm going to go ahead and shut it off, and we'll try to put a lens on here. So this is the adapter. Should allow me to use all of my EF lenses. I have, I think I have 5 L lenses and a couple of regular Canon lenses. And that's quite an investment in glass, and so I really appreciate the fact that Canon came out with an adapter that everyone says is really excellent for the EF lenses. Kind of a nice case for the adapter. Let's see. So which is which? That goes to the lens. This goes to the body. We're off. It has the shutter cover over the sensor. Not sure if you can see that. That protects the sensor from getting dust in there. Let's see. I'm not sure I have this right. I think I have this wrong again. A real snug fit on that. Okay. And these. Put those together. And then what I did is I brought in my, this is the Canon 100mm macro lens, f2.8. Really great macro. I use it for ring shots, that sort of thing, but it's also a really good portrait lens. Very sharp. Let's see. Okay. Let's power it up. I do really like the grip on the EOS R. The only Sony camera that I've used much is the A6500, and it is definitely a tiny grip on the A6500. I appreciate Canon using a more beefy grip. I'm going to switch, see, power on. Most of the time when I'm doing basic photography, I use aperture priority. So I'm just going to set that for now. Oh, that is really sharp. Let's do image review. Oh, that came out really nice. When I reorient the camera this way, all of the settings reorient also. I actually normally use back button focus, so I'm going to have to decide how that works with the EVF. Pardon, my neighbor's dog doesn't like me shooting video in here. Anyway, I've been watching lots of videos. It's going to take me a while to go through all the settings. I do plan on doing some additional videos and talking about the settings that I select and the settings that I use. I'll give you one example. A lot of people are complaining that it doesn't have the joystick. I've never been a huge fan of the joystick. I don't like the joystick on the 5D Mark IV. I actually like the rocker pad on my old 6D for setting focus points better than the joystick. And on this, I actually tried it out in the store, and you can change the pad on the back to automatically select your focus points that way. And I actually think that's faster than using a joystick. But I'll have to actually reset or reassign all of the buttons the way I want them. And then I actually, a lot of times will shoot my 5D Mark IV this way. I'll use the live view on the back, especially for low light. In low light shooting, it really works well, even on the 5D. Okay, change my focus point. That's awesome. Very sharp. If I zoom in, that is razor sharp images. So very happy with that. Okay, that's all for this video. I'm I think I'm definitely going to enjoy using the EOS R. And let me know if you have any questions or comments on this video. Thanks a lot.